Auburn Blitz is now on the air. Your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello again, everyone, and good Wednesday afternoon. Welcome into this another edition of the Auburn Blitz. Kind of a raw day outside, JJ.
Yeah, kind of nasty.
Kind of nasty.
Whatever happened to like those sunny, cool, breezy December days?
I don't know. But
well,
this
it's a
is
little
not one
cold,
of
but
them,
it's
for sure.
but it's pretty, you know.
Yeah. It says it's 54 outside, but it feels colder because it's raining and dank. This is a good day to say it's dank outside.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, we are happy to be inside in the studio here. And thank you so much for all of you out there joining us on this edition of the Auburn Blitz. Of course, I am Andy Graham. He is JJ Jeffcoat. We will be with you for the next hour, taking your comments, talking about everything going on in the world of Auburn athletics. Still a little interesting look back today. You know, we make some predictions every year, and the SEC is wrapped up now, so we'll take a look back at how we did today.
We didn't do so hot. I don't think.
You know,
In the West, anyway.
hey, we got Georgia.
Yeah.
That was kind of the easy one.
It didn't do so hot in the West. Though.
No, I'm not sure anybody had LSU win in the West, but we'll take a look back at that and see how we did. Not so good, but that's okay. May look a little forward, too, at Auburn's schedule next year with everything kind of in the books now for 2022. Look ahead at that 2023 schedule, see what a new coach at Auburn University, what has to look forward to. Maybe a little bit better news than it was last year. I think it's a little bit easier, a little bit more manageable schedule, so we might take a look at that. And of course, talk about anything that you'd like to talk about. 256-234-6221. That's our number here. Give us a call. Let us know what's on your mind. If you got any thoughts on any of the topics or any of the things that we bring up, let us know. Just a programming note, tomorrow will be our final day of the week. We're going to be off the air on Friday. We'll be having a replay, but a little Christmas party going on and a lot of different things. Tis the season.
There you go.
To be jolly. So thank you again for all of you out there being with us today. It's turning out to be kind of I'm going to call it fliptastic. A fliptastic December. December signing day, we're only a week away.
That's right.
From the early signing period. So that is kind of a big deal. Auburn right now with 13 commitments. And the reason they have 13 is because 3 guys have flipped their commitment. All the hard work that Hugh Freeze has been doing, he has been burning up the recruiting trail. He has been going here and yonder. David was talking about yesterday, a friend of his that works there in the Auburn Athletic Department. He's like, what time does Hugh Freeze get there in the morning? He said, I don't know. He hadn't been here because he's been gone.
Well, and that's the thing. And again, I mean, I don't want to beat a dead horse, whatever, but Brian Harsin, what the hell were you doing for 2 years? Because, again, Auburn flips an offensive tackle from Texas Tech. They should be able to flip somebody from Texas Tech.
Yeah.
Flip a corner from Michigan State. They should be able to flip somebody from Michigan State. Flip an offensive lineman from Miami, who's from Ackworth, Georgia. They should be able to flip a Georgia kid from Miami. Flip a JUCO offensive tackle from South Carolina. They should be able to flip a kid from South Carolina. So, again, Brian Harsin, what were you doing? Because recruiting, you know this, Andy, everybody should know this. Recruiting is all about being relentless. It's all about staying at it all the time. You cannot back down from it. You cannot back away from it, or you're going to get beat. And I just don't think Brian Harsin likes to recruit. Or he just didn't care. It was one or the other.
I think a little of both.
But it was, like I said, it's encouraging because it's what Auburn should be doing on the recruiting trail.
No doubt about it. And sadly, and you talked to I think it was Jason Caldwell the other day, and Tyler Johnson, the kid from Louisiana. Now you figure maybe Trevon Reed might have had something to do with that. He's got inroads at Louisiana, but this is a guy that many people on the staff wanted to offer last year. Brian Harsin said, "Nah, we don't want that guy." So I mean, it's not only that we were not doing things. We were talking, I guess, last night. I think I was talking with Luke, and he was saying, certain coaches like guys and certain coaches don't like guys.
Right.
And that happens with everybody.
But offensive line wise, you had no guys.
You had no guys.
You got to kind of dance with who wants to dance, right?
I mean, when's the last time Auburn brought in an offensive tackle that actually played and was productive from high school? I mean, they've all been transferred. So, yes, I mean, this is a huge deal for Auburn. And look, Tyler Johnson might say, well, hey, look, he's not a 5-star guy. Okay, you got to start somewhere. Let's start with the 3 guys and coach them up into 5 stars.
Get some 3 and 4s,
and then you get
and maybe you get 1 or 2 5s somewhere along the way. But you get your 3 and 4s. You got to rebuild the roster.
Absolutely.
And I'm not letting down any state secrets. Brian Harsin left that roster in horrible shape. And so it's going to have to be rebuilt.
Well, let's line up and kick the man while he's down.
No, absolutely. Look, the job he did for 2 years was beyond horrific, and the magnitude of Brian Harsin's failure becomes more apparent every day.
Yes, it does. That is well said. Just for
sorry if he's a friend of y'all's or something.
I think he quit watching this show a while back. This is what I was told. Isaac Ajata from South Carolina has not officially committed to Auburn. However, he did decommit right after his visit to Auburn. Now, I also read that he may be headed out to Colorado for a visit.
He's from Utah, correct?
He is from Snow College.
Yeah.
That's where he plays, in Utah. There could be something there, but
if he's willing to go from Utah to South Carolina, then I think Auburn's got a good chance.
I would think so.
If he wants to stay out west, I could see that.
He definitely. I mean, there's clearly a road path to playing time at Auburn. So
and if you're a JUCO transfer, that's really what you're looking for, right? I mean, if you're a JUCO transfer, you're not looking for a chance to come in and compete. You're looking for a job,
Absolutely. And also this weekend, Coastal Carolina quarterback Grayson McCall is expected to be visiting Auburn. This is a guy that is very intriguing. Now, TJ Finley's status still up in the air. Is he going to stay? Is he going to go? If he goes, that leaves Auburn with 2 scholarship quarterbacks. Even if he stays, you want 4 scholarship quarterbacks.
I've always believed you want to sign at least 1 quarterback in every class.
Right.
So
this, I don't know if you ever watched him play at Coastal Carolina.
I will admit I have not watched Coastal Carolina.
But, you think about Coastal Carolina and how well they have done the last several years. You look at his numbers, 68, almost 69% completion percentage in 2020, 73% completion percentage in 2021, about 69% in 2022, throwing for an average of about 2,600, 2,700 yards, and 26 touchdowns, 3 picks, 27 touchdowns, 3 picks, 24 touchdowns, 2 picks. So very accurate.
The question with him will be like any other transfer you get from a Coastal Carolina or somewhere like that is, can their game translate to the higher talent level that they're going to be facing and that's going to be around?
Always a consideration.
That's always the consideration. But as a prospect goes,
for a guy that's got the experience like that too, and if for nothing else, you bring him in for competition.
That's right.
For Robbie Ashford. So there's that. Also on the recruiting front, Ra Thomas, who was in Auburn last Thursday. he came. I think he came Wednesday night, spent the day Thursday, and then he was supposed to go. And I think he was visited Georgia, and there was some maybe Georgia and Ole Miss maybe, and there was some thought maybe he could. You might lose him before you get him back for an official visit to Auburn. Well, it doesn't seem to be the case. So he's back, expected to be back on campus at Auburn this weekend. That's kind of a big deal. You'd like to bring in another receiver into this class. So great. Running back Dylan Johnson going to possibly be with him. This is the guy that is left Mississippi State as well. And you wonder, with everything going on at Mississippi State now, it's such a, you wonder about kids and leaving, and, it's not a typical type situation. But,
yeah.
I mean, the SEC, it is what it is. I mean, our players going to be, entering the transfer portal.
Well, I think these two were looking to transfer before
they were.
This happened. So,
yeah.
I think like it's going to be in a lot of ways like any other coaching change. A lot of kids are going to want to wait and see who's coming.
That's probably true. Don't go anywhere. We're just getting started. More to come on this edition of the Auburn Blitz.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors. Concrete Basement and Walls, LLC, 205-229-0234. Call owner Eric McKenzie now to get your free quote now. 205-229-0234. Concrete Basement and Walls, LLC.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Finding a job might be tough, but starting your new career has never been easier. Wellborn Cabinet in Ashland has a wide array of career opportunities with benefits. General labor production, skilled cabinet builders, product assembly line, shipping, over-the-road truck drivers, clerical, marketing, security, daycare, office clerks, and so much more. Apply in person, 38669 Highway 77 South in Ashland, or online at wellborn.com. Building cabinets, building careers, and building our community.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. With the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau tri-tunes, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hey, it's Brett Pritchard, and I'm here to tell you all about Sims Foods, who you know better as Wickles Pickles. Wickles Pickles, that 90-year-old recipe, wickedly delicious. relish, okra, and pickles. From Saturday sandwiches, tailgate snacks, to holiday dinners with your family and friends. From their family to yours, Wickles Pickles, those wickedly delicious pickles.
Wickles Pickles, wickedly delicious pickles.
Concrete Basement and Walls LLC, 205-229-0234. Call owner Eric McKenzie now to get your free quote now. 205-229-0234. Concrete Basement and Walls LLC.
No monthly payments until springtime at Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. New Chevy Silverado 1500 trucks discounted up to $9,250 off. Chevy Equinox up to $5,500 off, or payments as low as $369 a month. Shop online anytime at glennsmith.com. That's GLYNN Smith.com.
We have over 200 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way at Glenn Smith and Opelika. Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and JJ here with you. About 45 more minutes left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. We are brought to you each and every day by Mortgage Pro, the Eric McKinley team, saving people thousands of dollars each and every year on their home mortgage. Give them a call today. They can close in loans in about 15 days. So for all your mortgage needs, for all your loan needs, whatever it might be, give them a call, 256-397-0248, 256-397-0248. Mortgage Pro, the Eric McKinley team, located right here in Alexander City, but they service the entire state of Alabama, and they are always looking out for your best interest. Well, as I mentioned, we got some comments coming through. I'll get to some of those. Jim says, Andy, remember back before the Tennessee-South Carolina game, I was told there was fighting among the team pregame, and that helped lead to that huge loss. Sources inside the Tennessee program are saying that the players were fighting over NIL deals and who were deserving of them. That being said, this could be a huge sign of future locker rooms across the SEC. This is one of those divided locker rooms. That's one of those things we talked about in
I don't believe in divided locker rooms outside of the influence of the coach. It's the coach's responsibility to keep that locker room together. NIL is just another one of the things, right? It's
a big thing, though.
It's the same thing as a kid coming in that was 5-star before, and he jumps over 2 upperclassmen, and everybody wants to fight over that. If the coaching staff can handle it, they can handle it. If they can't, they can't.
But there's fewer and fewer guys that seem to be able to handle it, right?
No, I don't think so. I mean, the coaches are still coaches. Some guys are good leaders. Some guys just aren't.
Yeah.
If that were the case, you'd be hearing about that all over the place. But I'm not.
Well, it's still pretty new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can promise you there are coaches all over the country who just aren't going to put up with that kind of argument. It's there. It's real. It happens. And once it's done, we don't bring it to the locker room.
Yeah. Ty says, did y'all know that the top quarterback in the portal will be visiting Auburn this weekend? Yeah, I made reference to that. That would be Grayson McCall.
Who are the quarterbacks in the portal besides McCall?
I don't know. I'd have to look that up.
Anybody intriguing? Yeah.
That's a good question. McCall wants Auburn. He reached out to Freeze, says Jim. So that's maybe a great sign for Auburn. Hey, Andy, enjoyed you and Luke on last night on Sportz Blitz. Thank you, Ty. Appreciate that. Enjoyed doing that with Luke. You should do it with him every Tuesday for a couple of years, but the schedules just kind of change, and that's why we switch things up, and Brett does a great job with him. Now, we may switch in the future, but we just like to keep you guessing out there. But I appreciate the kind words. All right, looking back, final SEC standings 2022. Of course, in the East, Georgia, Tennessee, South Carolina, Kentucky, Florida, Missouri, and Vanderbilt in their typical basement spot. In the West, it was LSU, Alabama, Mississippi State, Ole Miss, Arkansas, Auburn, and Texas A&M rounding it out. How did we do? JJ and I, we picked in the spring, and then we went and
adjusted.
We digested it for a little bit, and then we repicked going into the fall schedule. In the East, we only had a couple of picks different. We both had Georgia winning the East. Ding, ding, ding. Right on the money. Nailed it. We both had Tennessee coming in second.
Mm-hmm.
Got that one as well. We differed a little bit. I said Kentucky would come in third. You said Florida. I said Florida fourth. You said Kentucky fourth. Kentucky finished third or fourth, and Florida finished fifth. So minor difference.
I don't
there.
think either one of us had South Carolina coming in third.
South Carolina,
and Shane Beamer deserves a lot of credit, man. I mean, they really kind of got it together and wound up having a really good season.
We had them fifth both. So. Yeah. I think, and to be perfectly honest, I'm not sure anybody had South Carolina.
Hey, look, we both had 1, 2, and 5, 6, 7.
There you go.
We just flip-flopped 3 and 4.
Yeah. Missouri and Vandy were the easiest calls for sure. Now, the West, a little bit of a different story.
Yeah.
We only had one team the same, and that was Alabama winning the West, and we were both wrong.
That's right.
Now, in our defense, I bet 80% of the people out there had Alabama winning.
And the other 20 had Texas A&M.
Yeah, that's right. So, I mean, everybody.
It could have been worse. We could have chosen Texas A&M to win it. Yeah.
That's just true. I think a lot of people, I mean, if I remember right, I mean, the media overwhelmingly picked Alabama to win the West. So, I don't feel bad about that one. All right, so now here is when it gets interesting. I had Mississippi State coming in second. They came in third. Mm-hmm. So I feel pretty good about that. JJ, you had them fifth. You had no belief in the Bulldogs.
No, I really didn't. But again, I think I told you at the time, I kind of thought Mississippi State, Ole Miss would kind of battle,
it would be a bunch.
In that middle of the, thing. But I really thought Arkansas, I expected more out of Arkansas this year. Now, in their defense, KJ Richardson was hurt a lot. They had some stuff they had to deal with. So I get it. And I think Arkansas, Sam Pittman probably feels like they should have had a better year than they did.
Yeah.
But it is what it is,
you had them second. I had Arkansas sixth. So I actually low-rated them a little bit.
Yeah.
They finished a little bit better than I thought, but far worse. Yeah. Now, I had Auburn third. You had them sixth. You nailed that. You nailed that one to the wall, and I look a little foolish on that. So we will take a break. We'll look at the rest of these Western Division standings. And how did you do in your picks, or what you thought the season when we were headed into the season? I'd kind of like to know. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Growing your business isn't just one thing, it's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done, day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, your compact equipment provider.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Frontline Outfitters provides all your aftermarket parts for your cars, trucks, and as well as your professional tinting solutions for auto, residential, and commercial buildings. Frontline Outfitters also handles vinyl wraps, spray-in bed liners, truck accessories, LED lighting, paint correction and detailing, and much more. Make sure Frontline Outfitters of Alexander City is your first call for tinting and aftermarket solutions. Call us today, 256-409-8100.
The interstate is backed up this morning due to an accident.
So you don't like sitting still on the interstate? Get the free Algo traffic app. With Algo, you'll have the information you need to avoid problems on your route to work, to home, to the beach. Traffic backups, wrecks, lane closures, all with current info and live traffic camera feeds. Know before you go with Algo Traffic, ALGO Traffic from the Alabama Department of Transportation. Get it today and arrive on time.
Lake Martin Garage, located on Highway 280 in Jackson's Gap, has been serving our area since 1993. From routine maintenance such as oil changes, tune-ups, and rotating and balancing your tires, to transmission and engine repair, our trained and certified mechanics will get you back on the road better than before. Need a tow? With a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week towing service, Lake Martin Garage has local and long-range pickup. Trust your vehicle needs to the professionals at Lake Martin Garage. Call 256-825-6139, or better yet, stop in and see them today. Lake Martin Garage.
Russell Building Supply and Home Center is just around the corner in a brand new, convenient location with a wide selection of grills, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. The new store offers more home improvement items along with other helpful conveniences like a drive-through lumber yard and our Best Rewards program, making it an ideal destination for do-it-yourselfers and professional contractors. Get ready for game day on the plains by stocking up on all your Auburn tailgating gear at Russell Building Supply and Home Center.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
For more than 40 years, Ingram Equipment Company has helped companies, towns, and cities with their dirtiest, most challenging jobs by providing the very best equipment and by helping them keep in tip-top working condition. IEC represents leading manufacturers such as Heil garbage truck bodies, Timco sweepers, Step pothole patchers, and many more. We proudly support all athletes and teams that compete across the state and wish them good luck this year. Ingram Equipment Company, ingramequipment.net.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and JJ here with you. About 30 more minutes left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. 256-234-6221 is our number here. Let us know what's on your mind today. We're brought to you each and every day by Russell Do-It Center. They got 10 locations around Central Alabama for all your building supply, home decor, tools, whatever it might be. Go and check out Russell Do-It Center today.
Let me say this in defense of my pick of LSU as 7th in the West. I sort of expected the bottom 3 teams in my West, being Mississippi State, Auburn, and LSU, to all be in that 7-5 area, right? And then based on kind of who was playing who at home and, when and so forth, is where I kind of did that. But I want to say again, think about the job Brian Kelly did this year. From a team that did not have enough players to have a spring game to getting to Atlanta, pretty remarkable.
To losing to Florida State in the opener.
Yeah.
It looks bad, though, JJ. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Now, granted, 4th or 7th, it really doesn't matter when they win. the West. You both missed it by a mile, but yeah, I got Ole Miss 7th, and I looked at you and I said, I can't remember why I had.
Well, you're not the biggest Lane Kiffin fan.
I'm not the biggest Lane Kiffin fan, although I would have accepted him as head coach. I would have supported him, but I thought Mississippi State was going to have that year. I thought that everything kind of was coming together, and they were going to have a better year than expected.
Here's what's interesting going into next year's picks.
Yeah.
Because we'll do these in the spring. How many people are going to have that knee-jerk pick Texas A&M to finish last? You know what I mean? And it's kind of a – because
they win the West.
And I'll place myself guilty, right? I mean, LSU fell apart last year. Orgeron gets fired. Kelly comes in. He's got 39 scholarship players or whatever it was. They didn't even have enough to do a spring game. And I'm thinking full total rebuild, you know, and the guy gets a good recruiting class together and cobbles together. What they finish 9-3 or 9-4, I guess, after Atlanta. But you know, so I did it. So and that you know, and people are gonna be ready to put A&M in the cellar next year, and I don't expect them to finish 7th in the West next year.
Surely not with all that talent. Although they have a lot of it has been migrated away. It seems like there's at least pieces of it have. I think we got a phone call. Let's go to it. Hey, caller, you're on the Auburn Blitz.
Hey there. How you guys doing today?
Great, good. Morris. How about you?
Pretty good. I enjoyed watching you last night, Andy. I think you're the only one that can compete with Luke. You do a good job.
I appreciate it.
I got a couple things. One on the picks. And, of course, I'm way off, I guess. But I had Alabama, Texas A&M, and I was kind of torn between Mississippi State and Auburn for the third place, which, you know, I kind of was leaning more toward Auburn. I thought they would be better than what they was on this guy's second year. But it was evident that I don't think he really put a lot of effort into coaching. But I wanted to ask you, since you're good on trivia, what year did they come up with overtime? You know, before that, you ended up with tie games. Was that in the early 90s?
1996.
Yeah.
1996 was the first year. Auburn and Georgia was actually the first overtime game.
Well, that was my next thing I was going to ask you, because the first time I ever remember seeing that was Auburn and Georgia, and if I remember right, I had something I had to do late in the evening, and I was watching it on TV, and Auburn was taking that game to them, wasn't they? And then all of a sudden, by the time I got to where I was going, it looked like Georgia was coming back, so I ended up watching it. So I was right on that part, but I thought Auburn and Georgia was actually the first two teams that ever played overtime.
You're absolutely right, and yeah, Auburn was winning the game. I think they had at least maybe 14.
I cut the TV off because I had to go somewhere, and I said, well, Auburn's got this and won. And so I left, and by the time I got to where I was going, Georgia had, I don't know, made some kind of miraculous recovery. You know, I'm an Alabama fan. I don't have to say that every time. But, you know, I don't understand some fans. And, look, they're Alabama. That's what I'm talking about, not Auburn fans. But I've always thought Auburn and Alabama has more in common. And now, you know, there's one day out of every year that they're kind of enemies. But I don't like Georgia. I don't like LSU. Don't like Tennessee. Don't like Florida. So, you know, if Auburn's playing them, I'm pulling for Auburn. Now, I may get chastised if some of my Alabama friends are listening, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just a weird guy, but I enjoy good football, and if it's a good game, and it just means a lot to me for it to be a good game. But anyway, you settled something I've been wrestling with in my brain for a while here, and I was thinking Auburn, Georgia was the first two. So I appreciate it. You guys have a good one.
Thank you, Morris. Appreciate the call. Yeah, and former Auburn offensive coordinator and Georgia offensive coordinator Mike Bobo, the quarterback in that game.
Ah, yeah.
That brought him back. I don't know how in the world Auburn screwed that up. Thank you, Morris, for bringing up a bad memory. But, you know, I don't know how we screwed that up so bad. I mean, I can still see it in my mind, time ticking away. And It seemed like we had Georgia was going to get a first down, or they got a first down, and it was almost like I think there was the guy, dropped the ball, and it was clearly not a fumble, but I want to say it was Charles Dorsey. Picked the ball up and started running with it like it was a fumble. And the referee stopped the clock, and it gave Georgia time to collect themselves and run another play. And they ended up throwing the defensive back was picking his nose or something. And he ended up getting like a 20-yard touchdown as time expired. And, oh, my goodness, that was when I was in school there. That was sick. But that was the first one. And Damian Craig kept us in the game, and it was just basically like Damian Craig versus Georgia.
96, Damian Craig kept y'all in a lot of games.
Yeah, he did. And then it was he touched the ball, and they had to re-spot the ball. Thank you, Brett. It was Charles Dorsey. That was ugly. But anyway, again, thanks, Mars. I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. We got to go to break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom. Columbus, Phoenix City, and Smith Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
At C&T Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs, or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
Something big is coming. Something so big, it'll change the world of chicken sandwiches. Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce, because the chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. The new signature sandwich. All the other little sandwiches can run along. We'll take it from here.
76% of nurses say they went into the profession because they wanted to help patients. No matter the reason you decided to become a nurse, you have all the tools needed to advance your degree at Jacksonville State University. Our Master's in Nursing program is now offered fully online and can be completed in less than 2 years. You can customize a flexible course schedule so you can receive your advanced education degree all while working on the front line. JSU Nursing, your opportunity to advance your career and serve your community.
Country Clipper zero-turn mowers are designed for comfort, accessibility, and ease of use. Only Country Clipper offers your choice of steering options with industry-exclusive joystick steering or twin lever steering. Their patented stand-up deck, standard on every model, allows for quick access to the underside of the deck for routine maintenance. With a wide front step and optional handrail, getting on or off your mower has never been easier. Stop by Fun Carts of Opelika today for a test drive. Country Clipper mowers, designed for you. Fun Carts of Opelika, located at 618 Lee Road, 113 in Opelika, Alabama.
Hey, this is Doug Roberts, long-term resident of Alexander City. I sold my house with Century 21 Lake Area Realty because all my life I had heard that to sell a house you need 3 things: location, location, location. I found out there's actually 4. You need location, 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 and Rhonda Gaskins at Century 21 Lake Area Realty to sell your house fast.
Call me today and let me go to work for you. 256-749-3644.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom. Columbus, Phoenix City, and Smith Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
Brubaker Motors in Montgomery is the largest and fastest growing used car dealership in the River Region. You can absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker. It's better at Brubaker.com.
Brubaker! Brubaker! Brubaker!
You can absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker.
BREWBAKER. BREWBAKER.com.
It's
betteratbrewbaker.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and JJ here with you. Just a couple more segments left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. Brought to you each and every day by Big Fish Real Estate. For all your real estate needs here in the Lake Martin area as well as down there on the coast, give them a call today. 551-BIG-FISH or look them up, bigfishlakemartin.com. Go and see them at their brand spanking new facility on 49 there, right before you get to Stillwaters in Dadeville, Alabama. Auburn schedule in 2023, Auburn's always going to have a tough schedule with Alabama and Georgia and the rest of the LSU and Texas A&M and now Ole Miss and all the rest on the schedule. But it opens up a little bit this year, I think, or next year, and I think it's a little bit more accommodating for a brand new coach coming in, trying to get Auburn back into a little bit better position. You open up with UMass, who was 1-11 last year.
Possibly the worst team in college football.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah.
You got to feel good about that one.
Yes.
To start things off with. And, hey, look, they're a they're a Division I school. It's not like you're having to open up with a 1AA school.
There are a lot of 1AA schools that are
There are a lot of one. They're probably Samford is much, much better than UMass. Yeah. And you got to play them. But nonetheless, okay, so you open up with UMass. You got to figure that's a win. On the road, go all the way across the country to Cal.
Yeah.
Cal,
which should be a win.
4-8, not
that
good.
Should be a win.
You go out to Berkeley. Who knows what's going to happen?
Don't go out there too early.
You don't go
caught up in some stuff.
Don't get out. Don't go to Haight-Ashbury. Just go to the game. Take care of your business. You should beat California. I don't care if it's on the road or not. We agree on that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. So you're 2-0.
It sets up for a good 3-0 start.
You're 2-0. All right. Now Samford, they were in the playoffs this year.
I mean, look, Samford is a good FCS team.
They are,
but
good
they're
FCS
not
team.
an FBS team.
They are not.
And Auburn should not have.
Should
that much
win
trouble.
them by sure will.
Yeah.
That's 3-0.
Yeah, it sets up for a good 3-0 start.
Nice 3-0
The next game is very intriguing.
As you mentioned, a lot of people are going to be feeling like, hey, this Texas A&M team, they stunk this year.
Yeah.
Auburn, took care of them.
Everybody's going to assume they're going to stink again.
They're going to assume they're going to stink again next year. You're going out to College Station, 3-0. What
Tough
do you
game.
think?
Tough game.
You got, I mean, Auburn's fared well.
I don't know
that
that I'm ready to make a prediction on it yet, but I'll put it in my toss-up category.
Yeah. I mean, it like you said, I mean, what is going to be expected? Who knows what they'll do in the offseason? Who will be the quarterback? It won't be Haynes King.
No.
He's in the portalet. So that's definitely a good possibility that Auburn could open.
That's a swing game. That's one of those games that's going to decide, okay, is this a 5-7, 6-6, or is this a 8-4, 9-3?
Next week, Georgia at home. Possible two-time national champion Georgia Bulldogs coming in.
Until I see something different.
That have beaten your brains in for the last.
I'm putting it down as a loss until I see something that convinces me otherwise.
Why would you not?
Yeah.
Why would you not? Then you get a bye.
Yep.
But it's a 4-0 Auburn team playing that Georgia team, all pumped up, lights. It's probably going to be 2:30 CBS. Are we still on CBS, or is it? That's when we switch to ESPN.
I don't know.
We got one more year of that. I'm not sure. So, like you said though, that right now you got to just not feel too good about that. All right, you take a bye, and then you go to Baton Rouge to take on LSU. LSU, the defending West champion. I would assume Jaden Daniels is probably back.
I would assume.
That team's better, you would assume, in year 2 than it was in year 1.
They'll have another good recruiting class to go with a good one they had the year before. Another year in the system. I would expect LSU to be better next year than they were this year.
Auburn beat LSU the last time they went to Baton Rouge, broke the streak. They should have beaten them this year, but they did not. So, yeah, that's going to be a tough game as well. Ole Miss the next week. Lane Kiffin, who knows? I have no clue what to expect.
I put that one in a swing game category. I expect Ole Miss to have a decent recruiting season.
Mm-hmm.
I expect Jackson Dart to be back.
Yeah.
And with another year working with Lane, I expect their offense to be better in the passing game than they were this year.
I would expect them to have added a little bit more talent to the whole roster as well.
Yeah, so I put
through the portal and whatnot.
Yeah, I put this one in the swing game category firmly.
Mississippi State. Now that's you talk about. Who knows what they're going to.
I'm putting that right now. I'm thinking that one's a win. Mississippi State's going to be, unfortunately, sadly, in an off season of pretty good turmoil.
Yeah.
They're going, regardless of who they're able to hire, they're going to lose some players.
Somebody mentioned last night, and you talk about, Dan Mullen might come back to Mississippi State. Would that not be a perfect?
You see that sometimes, marriages, and so forth, but there were a lot of hurt feelings in Starkville when he left.
They were.
A lot.
But this could mend some fences, I would think. Kind of Dan on a white horse coming to the rescue.
Ooh.
No?
I don't see it just from the folks I know in Starkville.
Oh, really?
Okay? And the things they say about Dan Mullen.
Okay.
They would have to eat a lot of crow to then go, yeah, we're glad Dan's back. I'm like, really? Because you just called him
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I kind of doubt that. I sort of, look, if you're Mississippi State, you're in a perfect situation to take a shot at a young guy right now. So what about a guy like Kendall Brown? That to me would be an interesting move.
That would be very interesting. Let's see. Well, we'll run down the rest of the schedule when we come back, and we'll close out the show. Don't go anywhere. One final segment of the Auburn Blitz on the way right after this.
Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Don't be caught in a dirty vehicle. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have your vehicle or boat looking like brand new in no time, and you'll be back driving in style. They specialize in detailing, paint correction, gel coat restoration, and ceramic coating. Take it to the professionals at Lake Martin Mobile Detailing. Call them today at 256-794-2328 or stop by and see them at 702 McCarty Road in Dadeville. Mention this ad and receive $10 off. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing for your cleanest vehicles around.
Russell Do-It Center and building supply stores have the tools and materials to get the job done right, whether you're a professional contractor or just a weekend do-it-yourselfer. With everyday customer conveniences like a drive-through lumberyard, price match promise, and our Best Rewards program, each of our 9 locations offer top brands and building materials like lumber, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. Visit today and see what Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply can help you build tomorrow.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Hey guys, this is Nate Pass with Airport Motors.
I'm Connor Branch with Fairway Auto Brokers in Opelika, Alabama.
And this is your first ever Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz.
That's right, Lake Martin. Airport Motors and Fairway Auto Brokers is teaming up for the very first Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz. Make sure to check out either website for the very best selection of pre-owned luxury trucks, SUVs, and sedans in East Alabama. Get pre-approved in minutes online and make sure to use the keyword Summer Blitz in the comments section for $500 off internet price. That's keyword Summer Blitz.
Need that boost to get you started in the morning or help get you through a long day at the office? Alex City Nutrition is your answer. Alex City Nutrition, located on 2nd Broad Street in downtown Alex City, offers meal replacement shakes, post-workout shakes, extreme rebuild products, and a vast array of loaded teas that offer focus, energy, and build up your immunity and overall health. Want to buy in bulk? We now offer your favorite flavors by the gallon. Come by Alex City Nutrition today or call 256-496-8284 to begin your journey to great health.
Welcome back, everyone, to the final segment of the Auburn Blitz on this Wednesday afternoon. We were looking at the Auburn 2023 schedule. Mississippi State is where we left off. At Vandy, we pick up Vandy this year, which is probably a good trade for Auburn. You know, that's got to feel like that's a win.
Yeah, oh yeah.
At Arkansas.
Yeah, I put this one in the swing game category.
Should be.
I'm assuming Richardson's back, right? Or KJ
Jefferson.
Jefferson, yeah.
Is he's been there like 8 years, hasn't he?
I just haven't heard anything about him as a prospect.
No, he's probably true. If he gets another year, I'm sure he will be back. We'll see.
That to me is a swing game.
Yeah.
On the road at Arkansas.
It shouldn't be, but it is right now.
In November, it could be cold. It's, I'll probably put that in the swing game.
You get New Mexico State, they're going bowling this year, so they're not a terrible team. That's a W. And then you get Alabama at home in Jordan-Hare. Hugh Freeze's first matchup with Saban. Oh goodness! They'll be building that up. It'll be unbelievable. It depends on what the records are of those two teams, and who knows what the records will be. But a lot can happen in first years.
Well, I told you, I'm looking at it. I see 6 wins, 3 losses, and 3 toss-ups, right? 3 swing games. The good news is win 2 of those swing games, you're 8-4 in your first year. The bad news is 2 of those 3 swing games that I consider swing games are on the road.
Right.
And that makes a difference. Look, we found out last year, and it's true all over, whether it's – I don't care what team it is or how good they are. It is hard to win on the road, especially in the Southeastern Conference.
It is.
It's just hard.
That's the truth. No getting around it. I don't care where you go. Vandy will be a tough game.
Your fans will be able to get most of the seats there, so that's
true.
A good thing.
Auburn going to take on Georgia State tonight. Hopefully they get back on the winning path here. They should. Georgia State, not a great team. They're 5-4. They've got not very many impressive wins. So Auburn got it, coming off a loss to Memphis, but being at home, being in the friendly confines, that should be a W. And hopefully Auburn can get a little bit better about themselves, maybe get the offense going a little bit more freely. It is December the 14th. Some interesting Heisman winners today. Desmond Howard, going back to 1991.
Yeah.
The pose.
Yeah.
From Michigan there in the end zone. Went on to be, he Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah.
So
good player.
Yeah, he does a good job on game day too. I kind of have grown to kind of like Desmond. 1996, Danny Werfel, one of the funnest teams to watch that 1996. They were a nightmare to play. They beat Auburn's brains in 1996. I think they won 51-10. But Ricky Williams.
Speaking of fun guys to watch,
he liked the pot.
No, he did.
But he was a good
the guy ran like Earl Campbell, though.
He did.
He was a wrecking ball.
He did. He was a monster. Mark Ingram. Speaking of a guy who ran hard, 2009.
I think he's at like 10,000 career yards now, or
is that right? Is he still in the league?
Oh yeah.
Who's
he
play
he's
for
back
now?
at the Saints this year.
Really? Okay.
Came from Baltimore back to the Saints as a free agent.
Okay. And Joe Burrow in 2019. Burrow's one of those guys. I don't think a lot of people believe that he was going to translate into the NFL and be, that good that fast. But he's the real deal.
Yeah, he's especially in the AFC, man. The young quarterbacks there, Herbert, and him. There's some. Allen at Buffalo.
And apparently Cincinnati's got Kansas City's number.
Lamar Jackson, crazy.
Yeah.
Mahomes.
Yeah. There's some good ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll take any of those you just named. Born on this day, Francis. I don't know if is it Bavier. I think.
Hey, if I knew who it was, I could tell you.
Aunt B.
Huh?
Aunt B.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Aunt B from Andy Griffith, Luke Robinson's favorite TV show, Andy Griffith.
Really?
No.
Oh, I was going to say, he doesn't look like a Andy Griffith show guy.
1902, she was born. How about Charlie Trippey, college football and pro football Hall of Fame halfback from Georgia?
Won a Heisman, did he not?
I think it was Sinkwich that won the Heisman.
Yeah, Frank Sinkwich, yeah.
I think that's right. Charlie Rich.
Did you happen to see the most beautiful girl in the world?
And that nobody what happens behind closed doors.
That's right.
Ernie Davis, born on this day, 1939, first African American to win the Heisman.
That's right.
Bill Buckner. Oh, Bill Buckner.
See the guy that the ball went between his legs? He's that guy. Yeah.
First baseman for the Red Sox. I mean, won the batting crown in 1980. He was a really.
It wasn't his fault.
He was a really good ball player,
Yeah.
and I'm glad they made amends. I hated that it was so late in life, and he ended up passing away in 2019. But yeah, Billy Buckner. He's always going to be known for the World Series era.
Yeah.
Sadly, Craig Biggio,
one of the most overrated players in the history of sports. Overrated.
He's a Hall of Famer.
I know.
Should not be.
Should not be.
Really?
Yeah.
But you think Bagwell?
Bagwell was better.
Okay. But Biggio was more consistent and was longer career.
Yeah. And I'm not saying
he
was
overrated.
I'm not saying he was on the roids either. I'm just saying he was on the roids. But yeah, no,
now Bagwell was on the roids.
Yeah, I think Craig Biggio is a very overrated player.
Okay.
In my opinion.
All right. Anthony Mason played for the Knicks.
Really physical player, man.
Yeah.
It looked like he was getting ready to throw you over the top rope.
Could have been a great linebacker. I think.
Oh yeah.
Son played for Auburn for a little while. Kyle Shanahan, he's one of these brilliant new football coaches, son of
He's
Mike
a good one, man.
Shanahan.
Hey, San Francisco
49ers.
Hey, look, what they did last week, I mean, they went out there and played like playoff winning football with Mr. Irrelevant at quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mr. Irrelevant was playing quarterback.
And I don't know how that game ended, but last time I saw it, they were up 20-something.
It ended with a win. It was
okay. So Captain America did not lead them in a comeback.
No.
Okay. And then Vanessa Hudgens, 1988, she was born. I don't know. I don't really know her.
Oh, God,
I think she's a singer, and she's one of these young girls that.
Well, obviously, she was born in 1988.
Yes, obviously, but
I think I still have a couple of sweaters from 1988.
I've got some socks, I think, that are that old. So, but anyway, good for her.
All right, so interesting question, man.
All right.
Back to this. You're Mississippi State now. Where are you going? Because, I mean, I know we talked about, some people say, oh, when Dan Mullen comes back, or like I said, good time to go after a young guy, whatever. But the business of football is not going to stop.
No.
Do you promote from within and just almost like a 1-year interim, or
because you don't have an AD?
Yeah,
I might be tempted just to say, let's try Zach Arnett.
Zach Arnett or Steve Spurrier Jr.
Or Steve Spurrier Jr. Been around for a long time in the SEC.
Yeah,
got a lot of contacts. Never been a head coach. Could be interesting. He is JJ. I'm Andy. So long for now, everybody. We'll talk again soon.